Good morning, class. How are you? I think you are all fine by the grace of the Lord. Today, we are going to revise tenses and forms. And we are going to start with the simple presents. Here, we have some sentences on the box. Sentence number 1. We like English. Number 2. Kodu eats rice. Number 3. She comes on time. Number 4. My father washes his new car. Number 5. My son flies to Canada. Okay. When you pay attention to the verbs, I underline them, and I underline especially some particular elements at the end of the verbs. The end of the verb, pay attention to some elements. Okay. How do we form the simple presents in English? The rule: subjects. Subject abbreviate S. When you have the subject I, you, we, and they, plus verb. As you notice here, sentence 1. We like English. We, subject, verb. The verb here is to like. Then we like English. Now, when you have the subject, he, she, it, plus verb. Now, when you pay attention to the sentences, sentence number 2, 3, 4, and 5, you will notice that we add some element at the end of each verb. At the end of each verb. For sentence 2, we add S. Sentence 3, we add also S. But in sentence 4, we add ES. And sentence 5, we add IES. Then, when we come to the second rule, subject, he, she, it, third person singular plus verb. Now, depending on the verb, we can add S, ES, or IES. Now, when we come to the remarks, for a remark, the first dash, when the verb indents by E, the vowel E, or a consonant, vowel E or consonant, vowel E or consonant, we add S. We add S, as you notice here. You add S after. I have to give this precision at the third person. At the third person singular. At the third person singular. It's very important. Third person singular. Well, pay attention to Kodo eats. The end of the verb is to eat. To eat is the infinitive. Now, third person singular, we add S because the verb is ended by T, which is a consonant. The same thing. Number 3, she comes on time. Comes. The infinitive is to come. The end of the verb is E. To come, the infinitive is ended by E. Now, we say when the verb ended by E or a consonant, we add S at the third person singular. Then T, consonant, E, then we have to add the second remark. The second remark, we go to the verb in sentence 4. The verb here is to wash. Then what do we remark? In the infinitive form, we have W-A-S-H. That's the infinitive of the verb, to wash. Now in the sentence, simple present, we add E-S. Why? Just because we say when the ending of the verb is put colon O H X S X and Z or Z. Where the verb is ended by those letters, then at the third person singular, when the ending of the verb is O, H, S, X, and Z, we add ES. As the case of to wash, the end here is H. We have H on the list. Then we add ES at the third person singular. At the third person singular. At the third person singular. Now, the next point, when you pay attention to sentence number 5, we have my son flies to Canada. Flies. The verb, the infinitive, is to fly. Now, we remark that the verb change here. We add IES. Why? Just because when the verb ended by Y, and here what do you have? Y preceded by a consonant. I mean, Y preceded by a consonant, and I have to change this one. Consonant. This means consonant plus Y. Then we add IES. Now I have to consonant plus Y becomes we have the consonant plus now plus 1 I plus ES. Okay, what does it mean here? You pay attention. You say when the verb ended by consonant plus Y, we add IES. The rule is here, you say consonant plus Y becomes consonant plus I. It means that the Y here, we change Y into I. Now, after changing Y into I, we add ES. The remark concerns the third person singular while during the simple present. Now, example of verb, in this case we have a verb to fly, to cry, to try. I have to put this example here. We have to cry, to try, to carry, etc. You notice that we have before Y we have R. R is a consonant. Then we said When y is preceded by consonant, we change y into I, as we have it there. Consonant plus y becomes consonant plus I. Mean that y here becomes I before adding es. But at least there is another problem. This case concerns verb ending by consonant plus y. We have but verb ended by vowel, v means vowel plus y. How do we proceed? In this case, we add s at the third person, singular, at the third person singular. Now, the role, for example, vowel plus y. At the end of the verb, vowel plus y becomes what? We still have it's a y, not vowel, but we have a consonant. Yes, vowel plus y becomes vowel plus y. Now, as we are doing the third person singular, we add s. We add s here. For example, when we take the case of the verb to play. To play, we have before y, we have a which is a vowel. We have to play, to say, to buy, etc. Then when the verb ended by vowel plus y at the third person singular, we don't change y, we keep y and we add s to the verb. But in the case of verb ending by consonant plus y, we change y here, we change y into I before adding s. Now that is the remark. We are going to continue with in present tenses. We use some adverbs. I'm going to give you some adverbs or keywords. Some adverbs or keywords. Some adverbs or keywords. Those adverbs are very important while dealing with tenses. They are, you have for instance, always, usually, often, sometimes, generally, frequently, seldom, when, as soon as, until, unless, I will continue. On, now on plus the days of the week. For instance, we start on Mondays, for instance, on Mondays, on Tuesdays, etc. whenever we have on plus the day of the week, the verb must be in simple present. Each, we have each year, each week, each month, each, every. Yeah, I open the parenthesis, we can have every day, every week, every month, every year, etc. Then whenever we have every plus something in the sentence, you put the verb in the simple present. Use it. We are going to use some of those expressions in the sentence. Sentence number one. Paul always comes to school on time. Paul always comes to school on time. We have the adverb always. Always. Now the verb come, we add s referring to the rule. Another example, number two. I often do my homework alone. I'm often do. We had an adverb. Often do my homework alone. Now, alone, the verb here is do, the adverb is often. But I would like to draw your attention on a particular case. It's the case of, I put in number 3, the use of the auxiliary. And you pay attention to the position of the adverb and the verb in the element. The structure is a subject plus adverbs, now plus verbs, and the rest of the sentence. Now in sentence 3, you pay attention. I'm going to use the auxiliary. Instead of say Paul always comes to school on time, I put this one. Paul is always on time. What do you remark in this sentence? Comparing the two sentences, Paul always comes to school on time. And number 3, Paul is always on time. You pay attention to the position of the adverb and the verb. In sentence 1, we have subject Paul plus the adverb always. Now comes the verb comes. But in sentence 3, where we use the auxiliary to be in present, we have Paul's subject now to be comes here before the adverb always. Then you have to pay attention in this case while dealing with the simple present, especially when we have to use the adverb of tenses. We continue. Another sentence, number 4. So we have on Sundays, my father goes to the supermarket. My father goes to the supermarket. Now, goes. Why goes? Because when you refer to the role, especially the remark, the second dash, we say verbs ending by O, H, and so on, take ES at the third person singular. Reason why we say my father goes. My father goes, we have on Sunday, which is the adverbs or the key words in this case. Okay, I think this one is enough. As we said at the very beginning, we have tenses and forms. Then we are going to, next time we are going to continue with the form of the present tense. Practical exercise. Practical exercise for next time. Write correctly the verb in the brackets. The verb in the brackets. The brackets. It's an exercise. Number one. John. In parentheses. John. To fly. To Paris every month. Number two. The boy, parentheses, to do, the boy always to do his homework. Number three. Afi often to cook well. Often to cook well. Number four. I usually to wash my uniform. Number five. On Saturdays, we to go to sports. And number six. When the rain to stop, we shall go to the beach. Okay. We have the practical exercise. Before doing the exercise, please try to read the notes. It's very important because there are some elements that you have to take into account. The rule is very important. Practical exercise number one, you have only 6 exercise. John, to fly to Paris every month. 2, the boy always to do his homework. 3, Afi often to cook well. Number 4, I usually to wash my uniform. Number 5, on Saturdays, we to go to sports. Number 6, when the rain to stop, we shall go to the beach. Then I think it's very enough for today. But we have to, before leaving, let's come back on the rule. While dealing with the simple present, the rule is when you have a subject I, you, we, they, plus verb. I mean the infinitive without to. Now the subject, he, she, it, which are the third person singular plus verb. Now we can add s, es, or is depending on the verb when we are in the third person singular. The remark, we said, when the verb ended by e or a consonant, we add s at the third person singular. When the verb ended by o, h, s, and so on, at the third person singular, we add es. And the last point in the remark is that when the verb ended by consonant plus y. In this case, is very important. We say consonant plus y. We change y into I before adding es. But in the case of vowel plus y, we don't change y, we keep y and we add s at the third person singular. And you have to learn the adverbs or keywords, because during the exercise they will not tell you that the verb should be in the present or any tense, please. But when you notice the adverbs or those keywords in the sentence, keywords like always, usually, often, sometime, every day, every time, every week, on Mondays, and so on and so forth, then you know that the verb should be in the present tense. Thank you very much. See you next time. We're going to continue with the form. Thank you very much. Goodbye.